Hello everybody and welcome back to my Let's Play of Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, Marth and Generics Only. In this one we take on Chapter 2, which is an easier chapter, I'd say, since Marth has had time over Chapter 1 to gain levels and get to B swords, so he should be hitting pretty hard. And also not dying super easily. Although there are a couple scary enemies on this map, namely the Cavaliers. Also, Daros will get recruited on turn 1. He will see combat. However, because he ends up missing and not doing any damage, I see this as perfectly fine. He just dies, then he's not there. He didn't end up fighting he didn't end up damaging the pirate, so it's the exact same as if he was unequipped. So yeah, here we start taking out the thief, who doesn't do high damage to Marth. Marth will just heal that next player phase. And then we want to choke the point with Barst since he's decently bulky. Obviously have all these dudes unequipped. Then we'll send Ford over there, and then we'll send Wrist to... well, not this turn, next turn we'll send Wrist to the bottom left. But yeah, those Cavaliers are very scary, because they hit Marth pretty dang hard, and they're also accurate, because they get their full weapon rank bonuses on them, unlike the pirates, who are inaccurate because they lose their weapon rank bonuses. Because at A lances, I think they're getting +2 might and +10 hit, the Cavs. It's either that, or it's +2 might +5 hit, or maybe it's +1 might +10 hit. Either way, they are stronger and more accurate. And then swords only get stronger, they don't get more accurate. And then axes only get more accurate, they don't get stronger as their rank increases. Yeah, we've basically lost all our wall at this point. That's fine. Puts Marth in decent shape to clean house over the next few enemy phases. Although again, Cavs are very scary because they will hit, and they will hit hard. So we do have to sort of rely on pirates being inaccurate on Marth. Which they are, but they're not reliably inaccurate. Like that could very well have hit. It's a 43, which... you know, it's less than a 50% chance of happening, so it technically shouldn't happen, but at the same time, it very well could have, and it would have ended this particular run. We'd have had to reset. Although we do have a vulnerary, because Ogma deposited one. So I opt to take that, to use it, so that we, have enough HP. I could have killed a Cav, which might have been more efficient than popping a vulnerary, but Riss will bait the southern Cav this turn. He will die, unfortunately, but that's fine. It takes a little bit of heat off Marth, at least for this turn. And Marth should kill the northern Cavalier on enemy phase. Not quite doubling these pirates, I think they have 8 or 9 speed. Either way, it's just barely out of Marth's doubling range. Marth will take out one of the scariest enemies here. So that does put him in decent shape. Rest of his time dealing with this group. Now I could have opted to kill a pirate, but assuming both hit, or at least one hits, even if we get rid of the one that would hit, using a vulnerary still puts us more ahead in terms of HP, even if only by a point or two. But we need every point we can get here, as you can see, since we get reduced to 2. Marth gets a pretty good level. At this point, he might be doubling pirates. Not this one, but he does double the 8-speed one, so he should make light work of those. Now at this point, all Marth has to out-heal is this Hunter, which he does, thankfully. He restores 5 HP per turn, takes 4 per enemy phase, so we don't have to burn a vulnerary here, thankfully. Because while we don't end up using that vulnerary use this map, it is good to have. We might need it or make use of it in next map. So who knows? Either way, I'll gladly have that. That crit, completely unnecessary since Marth would only take 2 damage from that thief per turn, but it might have saved us that vulnerary use. Again, not necessary at all. It just happened, really. But yeah, with a steel sword hit plus iron sword, Marth can take this dude out and then heal in peace. Phases do kinda zoom on by when you only have 1 unit. Why even just end your turn when you can just wait and accomplish the exact same thing when you have 1 unit? Doesn't really save time. Oh, and also, as a side note, people did mention on the last episode that my mic was crackling, popping, whatever you want to call it, so please let me know if that keeps up. I did mess around with microphone settings and OBS settings. Not sure if it'll fix anything or help anything, but just let me know if you notice anything like obnoxious crackling or any other bad microphone noises, besides my voice, obviously. Yeah, most of the enemies up there, or at least 4 of them, I think 4, Pirate, Caster, I almost called him Caspar, too much 3 houses, and then the other dude up there. So I guess that's 3. It's a Hunter, Caster, who's another Hunter, and then the Pirate. But yeah, they all move if you get within 2 movements within them, so if they can get to you in 2 turns, they will start moving. Which is nice to know, so you can effectively bait them. Also, I turned on animations just to kill Caster. It's funny. I like how I mentioned Sheeta, his battle quote, even though she's long dead. She died back in Talus. Yeah, now we bait out that last Hunter. Can take him out. Actually, I think the other pirate up there moves as well when you get within 2 movements, so you can bait him. I think. Pretty sure. But yeah, like the last Hunter, we can't kill him in 2 iron swords, so I do use a steel sword use. Which isn't a big deal. We get another boss, because for some odd reason he's just carrying a steel sword. He's a pirate. Not really sure what that's about. Maybe it's his booty or something. But yeah, now we just have a couple of easy pirates to deal with. Marth mops them up with ease. He might 1 round with a steel sword. I'm actually not positive. I don't remember what the might difference between iron and steel is in this game. But even so, we're not facing any threats. Really, it's just about time. So, I don't mind using irons. Plus, it gets us more weapon rank, and we're just on the cusp of hitting A for Gomer. Which is a haha funny name, because it sounds like gamer. Yeah, those two dudes are completely static. You don't have to bait both at once, you can just take them on one at a time. Marth gets even more strength. My Marth is looking really close to the average at this point. I think he's like exactly average, except has one more point of defense at this point. Was really defense blessed early on, which did help. Although averages might be a little skewed due to dynamic growths. I think on average, the level 30 Marth will have about 1, maybe 2 more points in every stat than what an average stats chart says. Probably more around 1. If you don't know what dynamic growths are, I might plan on doing a video on them in the future. But basically, in simple terms, when you level up, if you don't proc a stat, if you don't level the stat up, it'll get boosted by 10% of the initial value on your next level. So say Marth has an 80% HP growth, say he does not level it. On his next level, he'll have an 88% HP growth, and it does stack, so if he misses it again, on his next level he'll have 96. If he misses it again, he'll be guaranteed to level it. In fact, he can even get +2, so it does lead to some weird, interesting occurrences. Like, as I just said, Marth can theoretically get a +2 HP level up, which is weird, but definitely possible. Yeah, Gomer doesn't really stand a chance. Maybe if he was a gamer, he'd have a max forged iron axe and just wreck Marth, but nah. He goes down like a chump. Woo, Marth. Even stronger. What a god. Yeah, that should conclude Chapter 2. Soon we'll get access to our generics, just 2 chapters away. Chapter 4, I think, is when we get them. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.